All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And it's sincere Shalom to all the Akim out here that's doing and pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. Okay. Now, we're going this video of don't be the teacher that can't be taught. Okay. Or the master that can't serve. Okay. Um serve himself. Okay? Because the reason why I'm doing this is because you got a lot of people in the faith that, you know, they can't, you know, some brothers, feel as though that they just, they get this knowledge, they reach to a certain point and, don't understand that this is a constant fight until the end. Okay? And it's okay to, be the person that says, oh yeah, we coach another brother so that, we can do these things or that they can do the same thing. But then when it comes down to the trials and tribulations that you may go through on a personal level, you don't know how to pass the test that you're trying to tell everybody else how to pass. You know? That's a person that, for one, doesn't examine himself, that doesn't study, that isn't being spiritual. Okay? Now, we are told to go out and reach the elect, okay? The elect is going, get it one way or another. But first and foremost, before we can go out there and teach, we have to make sure that we are, following the teachings that we say first. That we're able to listen. You want other people to listen to you. You have to show that you're able to listen to others too. you know um we're going to 1 Corinthians 9 and 20, and it says, and unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews, and to them that are under the law as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. Okay, and a lot of people, don't understand Paul's writings. Okay, what Paul, you know, which Paul was, blameless in a lot of stuff, you know, because that's what he said. Otherwise, why would he lie? Okay, but that's what we're supposed to be. First off, blameless. Okay, but let me see. 2 Peter 3 and 14 says, wherefore, beloved, seeing that you look for such things, be diligent that you may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. Okay. So, we have to be diligent ourselves and continue to do the work. Okay, yeah, we may do videos that, other brothers are in hope of we're a hope that it reaches, other brothers. Don't care if it's one brother, as long as that brother, was reached. Okay? But we also supposed to make sure that we actually are doing the things that we're teaching. Okay? So for Philippians 3, and I'm gonna start at 1. Finally, my brother, rejoice in the Lord. To write the same things to you, to me, indeed, is not grievous, but for you it is safe. It says, beware of dogs, beware of evil workers, beware of the concision. It says, for we are the circumcision which worship Yahweh in the spirit and rejoice in Yahweh Shah, and have no confidence in the flesh. Okay? A teacher that can't be taught, is someone that, is confident in his flesh. You think that, yeah, you can get through those trials, man, but Satan Satan know how to get to people, man, one way or another, and we have to be in that feeling, that mindset, okay, that we don't know whether we're of the elect or not. We hope that we are, you know, but we have to have this mindset that we need a savior, man. You know, so it says, though I might also have confidence in the flesh, because we may think that we're going to be able to get through, these certain things. It said, if any other man think that he has whereof where he might trust in the flesh, I more. So Paul was saying, you know, you think that you're confident in the flesh. Well, hey, I have more of a reason to be confident in the flesh. Right? It says, circumcised the eighth day of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, and Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law of Pharisee. Okay, so Paul said that he was a Hebrew of the Hebrews. Right? It says, concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. Okay? It says, but what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Yahweh Shah. Okay? So even though Paul was, in that mindset of being a teacher, okay, he still had that mindset that he could be taught. Okay, and that he was trying to win over Yahweh Shah. And that's what, ultimately this lesson is going into. You know, we doing all this stuff, man, that, it may be hard for us to do certain things, man, because the flesh is crazy, man. Okay? No matter what, anybody may say, you're gonna have these temptations that's gonna get to you. You know, we all do. We all fall short, man, in certain areas. Okay, and just because a brother may not be strong in a certain area, okay, don't mean that he's not good in another. Okay, that you may be weak in. You know, but it says, yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahweh Shah, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahweh Shah, and be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, okay, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Yahweh Shah, the righteousness which is of Yahweh, the Most High, by faith. Okay, so what we're doing is, or supposed to be in the mindset of, is trying to not have our own righteousness, man. You know, we teach other people, right, and we hope that we could teach these people to try to win them, for Yahweh Shah. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna have to go through their trials and get their experience on their own. You know, other brothers gonna have to learn on their own at the end of the day. You know, and that brother may pass his test before we do. The ones of us that do teach. That person that we're telling to do these things, and we may be saying the right things all the time. It may be the right thing, and you may think it's in the right spirit, but you don't know that, hey, that brother could have been going through something, you know, at that point in time. That's why you gotta have righteous judgment. Not your own judgment. But you gotta make sure that you're doing the right thing, and as far as your judgment in general. But a person that can't be taught, when they're in the process of being, or what's supposed to be taught, they can't do it. You know, because some people feel as though that they know everything. You know, so I'm going back to tw- uh 9 and 22. 1 Corinthians 9 and 22. It says, to the weak I became as weak. I is weak, that I might gain the weak. It says, I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. You know? And brothers gotta have mercy, you know, because you may be in a position where you're able to execute judgment on someone, that may need mercy, you know. But, you know, a brother may be going through something on a personal uh level, that they may need, some mercy, because they may be weak. And you have to, is Paul is going into, let me get this word weak. Okay, it says infirm, feeble. Okay. It says without strength, weakness. Okay. It says literal, figurative, and moral. Okay. Get the word impotent. Basically someone that's, weak, man. Okay. Um and you may think, man, how did that brother get so weak over that? But then the whole time you may be in a certain situation where you may get where Satan might test you, and the same brothers may be thinking, how the heck you get weak over that? So I'm gonna continue on. It says, I and this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. Because we're hoping that we all, are found worthy, through our side, man, to be saved, man. You know, this is all for Yahweh Basim Yahweh's sake. It says, know ye not that they which run in the race run all, but one receives the prize? So run that you may obtain. Okay, because that's what we want. We want, yeah. If we coaching brothers on what to do, of course we showing them by example. You know, hey brother, hey, we both may be going through it, man, but hey, we gonna get through it together. You know, the edification, man, don't just mean you just edifying everybody else. You know, and not yourself. Like, you don't need no edification yourself. You know, Romans 15:2. And let me get one. It says, we then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to please ourselves. Right? It says, let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification. For even Yahweh Shah pleased not himself, but as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproached you fell on me. Okay? So, we that's one of the reasons why we cast our burdens onto Yahweh Shai. And, also as brothers, we cast our burdens onto each other. Yahweh Shai, when he had to go through, you know, um his testing, when he went to go pray to Yahweh, he tried to get, his disciples to stay up with him, but the Lord put a sleep on them, Yahweh Shai wanted them to be there for him, as far as comfort, but he had put a deep sleep on him at that time because he knew that he had to go through that, himself, you know. But he wanted he wanted his men to be there for him, man, because he knew what was about to come to him, you know. And what Yahweh Shai said, he said that I'm sorry, what it said, at that time, he said that his time, John 7:6, it says, then Yahweh Shai said unto them, my time is not yet come, but your time is always ready. So brothers are gonna always, including ourselves, we're gonna always have to, go through some trying times. And we may need brothers to be there for us. You should want brothers to be there for you. You know, and that's one of the reasons why if you going through something, and you can listen to a brother. The brother is supposed to keep it real with you. That's why if you go through something, listen to videos. Study. Because we need that edification. You know, the world, gonna come hard down on us, man, as Israelites. And those brothers that you are thinking, you trying to teach, but you may not even be able to reach them because bro, you should want brothers to be around. You should want, brothers should want to be around you. Not from just off of the fact that oh yeah, I can learn from this brother, because brothers are supposed to be around brothers that they can learn from. And that's one thing you got a question too. Do you feel as though that you can learn things from the brothers in your circle? You know, whether it's to be more humble, okay, to be more patient, okay, the things that are of the spirit, okay, because just because a brother may know, the scriptures and stuff like that, that don't always mean nothing. We seen a lot of those guys that know scriptures like the back of their hand get kicked out. Why? Because they didn't know what it take to be in this thing. It says, I'm gonna jump down to the 27th verse, and it says, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection. It says, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, right, being that teacher, it says, I myself should be a castaway. Okay? When you go into the word castaway, it means not standing the test. Okay, not approved. Because you thinking that you can preach to everybody in the world, but when it comes down to your test, you're not approved to be able to pass those tests. Okay? It says that which does not prove itself, such as it ought. And it'd be real funny, man, to see somebody that, is the super master teacher, getting, rebuked or whatever the case may be, not being of the elect because he wasn't able to listen. You know? That'd be a really big disappointment. Okay? Romans 8:13, it says, for if you live by after the flesh, you shall die. But if you through the spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, you shall live. 2 Corinthians 6:4. But in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? And much patience and afflictions and necessities and distresses and stripes and imprisonments and tumults and laborings and watchings and fastings. You know? These are the things that we supposed to, you know, be showing. You know, yeah, brothers. You know, you may be able to go on a fast, but hey, you got heathens that go on a fast. Hey, Kanye West just told his men, that's working on his CD to go on a fast. That don't mean that they're being spiritual. You know about it. Um, Oh, here go another one. Matthew 7:21. It says, "Not everyone that says unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name? And in your name have cast out devils? And in your name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity." You don't want the Lord to do that to you, man. Because you can't you think that, you've done all these wonderful things for the Lord, and then to come to find out you wasn't even really sincere about this thing, man. You know? Because you was so ahead of yourself, you know? So that's why we gotta keep, make sure that we got our mind right in this truth, you know, for ourselves personally. Then we can go out there and go teach. You know, that's what's most important. Cause you got a lot of people out here that's just trying to correct people. They trying to correct and correct and correct, and they can't correct themselves. You know, cause that's that reprobate uh mindset. Okay, Luke 9:25, it says, "For what is a man advantaged if he gain the world and lose himself, or be cast away?" So you gain, all the brothers and the followers and stuff like that. You got a lot of people on your comment board saying Shalom and all that stuff. Good video, good lesson. They took it. They was able to apply it. But then on the other end, you feel as though, oh yeah, I got people that's watching my videos. I got I got a lot of goods. I'm doing a lot of good works. I done cast out devils from other brothers, but then the whole time you got devils on you. You got demons on you. You know? That's why we must stay prayed up. That's why we must continue to do what we must do in this faith, man. And continue to have that mindset that we can always learn. You know? So with that, man, hey, 2 Corinthians 13:5, last verse. It says, "Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know you not your own selves how that Yahweh Shai is in you, except you be reprobates." Okay? But I trust that you shall know that we are not reprobates. Okay? Because a reprobate is going to, listen to what other brothers are saying, you know, and be able to be taught. Okay? So with that, man, Lord willing, this was edifying, man. This goes for myself too, man. I'm not just gonna put this out there, and I'm not gonna listen to it myself, man. You know, this is what we must do as a servant, of brothers, and as a servant of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, because we looking to win Yahweh Shah. So with that, honestly, we're saved by the Lord having mercy on us. Not by our works. You know, which the works are, the good thing. It's a good thing to put these works in. We must do this work. But the fact is that the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua is going to have mercy on his elect. And Lord willing, we are of that number. So with that, I want to say shalom till next time.